So, Brenda, I know you are fully aware of what this latest lawsuit concerning Baylor has to say in it, and what was your immediate reaction when you read the details?
I physically became nauseous, um, mainly because I know the effect that my own rape has had on me and my life. And whenever I read about this type of stuff, I have a physical reaction because I empathize so immensely and deeply with the victims. So when I see 52, the number 52, those are 52 lives. Those are 52 people who have gone through what I've gone through, and it's horrifying and physically sickening for me.
There was a moment when kind of reading your reaction and reading others' reactions as well that it almost seemed like there was not any surprise despite such a massive number being allegated. What
Yeah.
do you think about that?
Well, I think the way that the story is kind of unfolded with their regents being unwilling to release the Pepper Hamilton report in writing and really talk about it. I think we all knew that it was a lot worse than what we thought or what they were saying. So I think in a way we were all prepared for the details to be really horrifying and terrible just because of the way that the pushback from Baylor to just not be transparent about the details. I think we all knew it was going to be really horrible. But then still, trying to prepare yourself for how horrible it is and then really seeing it and all the details coming out is, it's a different thing.
You and I have talked before off the air about kind of the next step concerning what any college should do, perhaps especially what Baylor should do as well. And one of the things that I read that obviously has been attracting a lot of headlines is this notion of the recruiting process and
Right,
objectifying
right.
women in that regard. Do you feel like that when, if positivity can come out of this, that's one of the things to address right away is this isn't just the most egregious of things, it's the more subtle things as well.
Yeah, and all of that adds to this culture. So, we hear stories about how schools use hostesses to recruit athletes and players to come onto their campuses. So there's you can't use a hostess and use this culture of, oh, we have all these women and you can do whatever you want, and then we get them onto campus and then we're trying to do this programming of consent and respect and bringing people like me on campus to talk about sexual assault, and it's a problem. Those are very conflicting type things.
You've mentioned before this latest news broke that you feel like Baylor should take a year off when it comes to football. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, I still feel like that. I still feel like Baylor should get the death penalty. I think that the program needs to be completely shut down. Um, and it should have happened a long time ago.
It seems to me, and correct me if I'm assuming anything, but it seems to me like because of the demands of a head coach, because of the demands of recruiting, being competitive at a high level in football, that taking this year off is an opportunity to correct the culture because it's just too difficult given the demands of every coach's job to do all of these things in such a short period of time.
Yeah, well, I think that, the pressure that we put on coaches to win doesn't help with the culture, right? So then we have coaches that maybe want to do the right thing. Maybe they don't take on a recruit. Maybe they suspend players that they need to win a game, but then they're penalized and they're punished for it and possibly lose their jobs. So this isn't just about what's happening on our football teams, but it's also what's happening with the people that are in charge of them keeping their job or losing their job, and the fans and everyone else. We have to start deciding that human life is more important than winning football games. And so we have to give our coaches the ability to make these decisions, to do the things necessary to create a safe culture, and not penalize them for it if they do, because it affects winning.
Sure, sure. Okay. Anything else that you'd like to add?
Um, I just think that I hope society looks at this. I hope that we all take it seriously. I think that we need to really start holding programs and coaches accountable and let our colleges and our administrators know that we don't need these people to win, and we don't need these people on our campuses because it's unsafe for everyone. And we need to do better, and we can do better, and we must.